Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Cassie and today we are doing another foundation review. This is on the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Longwear Foundation. I know I'm saying all those words wrong. This retails for $47 for 1 fluid ounce. There are 40 shades of this foundation, which is super awesome. I have the shade 100 Ivory and that is the second to the lightest shade. And when I'm looking at them, comparing the lightest shade to this shade, it's like a huge difference. Like the lightest shade is 090 Ivory N. And it looks almost white. So I think if you're super fair, then you should be able to find a shade. And then the darkest shade is 560 Suede C, and it looks pretty deep. So I think that you should be able to find your shade no matter what. So I love the shade range. I do actually have a sample from Sochois. I've talked about Sochois in a couple other videos. I'll link the video down below where I went in depth about Sochois. It was a review on the Hourglass Foundation. I'll link that below. I'll put it up in the cards if you want to check it out if you're curious about Sochois. This says that it is an oil-free long-wearing liquid foundation that delivers medium to full coverage and leaves a natural looking velvety matte finish for up to 24 hours. It also says that for those long days, this foundation gives you the full coverage, comfortable longwear that you need. Not thick or greasy, this foundation's innovative formula gives all skin tones flawless complexion, perfecting coverage, while the broad spectrum SPF 15 sunscreen protects. Redness, pores, and imperfections visibly disappear, evening the skin tone and leaving a mattified yet natural result. It's transfer resistant, and it's infused with perlite and silica, so that is what helps to absorb oil. I have combination skin. I get very oily in my T-zone. You can see that I have a lot of acne scarring to cover, so this will be the true test to see if we can build it to full coverage. I've done quite a few other foundation reviews, so I will go ahead and link those down below if you're interested in checking any of them out, and then I can link my foundation playlist in the cards as well. Okay, so it's getting pretty good coverage. Looks like it might be a little light for me. I do have a little bit of self-tanner on still, but we gonna make it work, girl. We gonna make it work. When I'm not self-tanned, I think this will be a great match. I'm like an NW15 in matte foundations typically. I wouldn't say I'm getting full coverage quite yet, but I feel like it's probably gonna build to full. And this is blending out pretty nicely. It's taking a little more time than some foundations do, and maybe that's from like the matte finish this offers. Sometimes with matte finish foundations, you have to just really blend them out. I really like the way that that blended out and applied to my forehead area. With the texture and stuff I've been having, I typically have trouble with things looking not so great on my forehead, but that looks pretty good. This is the first foundation that I've ever tried that doesn't give me full coverage right away that I actually like right away. I'm the type of person that I can tell in the first use of a foundation if I'm gonna like it or not. And right now, I really like this. It doesn't seem like it's settling in my lines. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to build this up a little bit more. I'm just kind of adding it to a couple places that I see that need more coverage. I'd say that that is just about full coverage. It's like a low full coverage, high medium coverage. I would say this definitely is gonna be full coverage on most people. You just saw that for me, I just have a lot to cover. For it being a matte foundation, I don't think it looks dry. It has like a nice semi-matte. I mean, I can see a little bit of dew on my skin and I like that. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin. I think what I'll do is just go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on. Okay guys, super quick check-in. I have to get to work. Overall, I'm still liking the foundation. I think everything went on really beautifully over top. I didn't have any dragging of product. There's one weird thing that's happening on my forehead that I wanted to mention. What is on my neck? Oh, I must have got mascara on my neck. I think my skin looks really smooth. It has a nice matte finish. I don't think that it looks heavy really anywhere. The only thing that's going on is like some weird stuff on my forehead. And I talked about that in the video that I filmed also today, which is the review of all the new Maybelline stuff. But I think that that is because my sponge was too wet when I first went in to apply my powder on my forehead. So that is nothing to do with the foundation or even any of the Maybelline products. But yeah, overall I think it looks really nice. We'll see how it lasts throughout the day, if it controls my oils and if it really is long lasting like it says. I think this shade is definitely too light for me right now with my self tan, but like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a nice shade for me when I have no self tanner on at all. Overall, everything looks really nice. I ended up putting a little bit of concealer on the spots that weren't completely covered by the foundation, but I still think that I really like this. There's no settling in my forehead at all. So yeah, looking good right now. I'll check back in a couple of hours and let you guys know how everything is looking. So I'm looking pretty oily. It is 10 o'clock And I applied the foundation at 11 o'clock this morning, so it's been almost 12 hours, and I got to say, you guys, I think I'm looking pretty good. I mean, I'm definitely oily. You can see that, like, in my nose area, but it's held up really well. I filmed another video reviewing the Maybelline products. I think I already said that earlier, but that loose powder that I used combined with this, like, I kept looking in the mirror at my skin and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so smooth. It looks so nice. It's not fading really anywhere. I'm still not getting creasing in my forehead. Right now, I like it. I mean, I'm definitely not obsessed with it. I think it held up really well. I think that it is a very long wearing foundation because, like I said, it's been 12 or almost 12 hours and it still looks pretty good. It's not fading anywhere. It's not creasing anywhere. I think it did control my oils a bit. All of my makeup, like my bronzer, my blush, and my highlight, all lasted really well as well. It's pretty much transfer proof. I mean, if I go in like where I'm oily, then some of the product does transfer onto my finger. But I mean, that's just because I'm really oily. So overall, I think it definitely holds up to all of its claims. I don't know if it's worth the price tag because, like I said, I'm not like dying obsessed with it, but I do think it's a good foundation. So I would give it 1 thumbs up, 1 out of 2 thumbs up. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know down below if you've tried this foundation and what you think of it. Like I said, I'm just not like wowed by it. I have other foundations that are near this price tag that I'm like wowed by, like the Marc Jacobs. That one's $55. This one is $47. So I'm like, I'd rather spend, you know, $8 more and get my holy grail Marc Jacobs foundation. But I'm going to test it again and see what I think. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it or if it was helpful for you. Leave me some comments down below on other foundation reviews that you would like to see. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. And I hope to see you guys in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.